My name is Nonsi Koba. I'm staying in KTC. I'm working in a primary school as a teacher. I'm teaching grade 2s. My dad is coming from a very rich family. His dad had a farm, but because of apartheid, my granddad had to leave that farm and live in a certain area. That's when things started to be not going well.
My name is Kevin and I'm from Hindenburg. I'm 17 years old and I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. Younger than me, I'm the oldest. Some stuff really concern me back home about my family.
I am Siyabonga.
My name is Mandla. I have 12 years old.
I live in Philippi Flay in
Sweet Home Farm.
Sweet Home Farm is an informal settlement. My colleague Siamboleka Goodman James came in 1996 and he was the 13th shack.
We are 17,000 families.
He is someone who has the trust of the people. He has the absolute trust of the superstars, a group of 9 to 13-year-old young boys. They are all passionate about soccer. The fight to finish school is one of the biggest fights of all. One of our roles really as facilitators is to say, are you going to school? Superstars go to school.
My name is Zonke and I'm from Langa. In my street in Langa, I'm the only girl who is still at school and who isn't pregnant.
The reality of our country is that education is in 2010 worse off than it was in 1994. If you're a black child living in South Africa, you have a 1 in 30 chance of getting a matric qualification.
At school where I work, it's very difficult because of the lack of the resources. We don't even have a library.
There are no books in the home, so reading is not something that comes naturally.
Even the number of the students in the classes made a very big struggle, because then if you're 60 in a class, it's very hard to get the teacher's attention.
I didn't have stationery and my mom was using alcohol and my stepfather was using drugs. And I would ask my mother for my stationery.
I remember in our class we were 55 and we had 10 science textbooks.
Then she would tell me next week, next month.
It's impossible for 50-something students to share 10 textbooks.
Some people stop going to school because they don't have the right shoes. Sometimes it's actually just too difficult to get out of bed because of just the misery of waking up wet and cold.
The teachers start throwing me out of the class. One morning, there was no electricity at home, even something to eat.
Now, if this is a constant environment in which you live, coming to school is simply another area which you have to learn to navigate.
The teacher asked me what's wrong and I told her that I was going to drop out of school. I'm not coming to school again. And I told my mom. My mom didn't even say anything back because she knows what was wrong.
We don't have water, we don't have toilets.
It's all 6 families came to the one toilet. It's used one toilet. It's 6 families.
Sometimes the taps are full because there are many people around the area.
In the winter time, we are in a flood every year.
People that are in poverty or living in poverty are kind of the bottom of the pecking order in terms of priorities, and also even voicing objection to the services that they're getting because no one's really listening to them, so it doesn't really change that much.
My dad is blind and his health is not very good. He's sometimes very sick and I have to take him to the hospital. You have to wake up like very early, at about 5 o'clock you must be there. And the queues are very long.
The doctor-patient ratio in this area is around about 1 in 3,000. So 1 doctor per 3,000 people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people they get sick here, more especially TB and HIV.
HIV and poverty are a very unfortunate combination.
If I, as a woman, a single woman, meet a guy, and then this guy is working, and I'm not working, so he will be able to provide for me, and I would take him on, whether I know he's got another partner or not. As long as he's going to be supporting me, then that would be great for me. So that's how poverty connects with the whole thing.
When you are malnourished to start with, and you have, say, a disease like HIV/AIDS, which is a disease within itself that will cause you to become malnourished, it sets up a very vicious cycle where it's very difficult to alleviate someone out of that. A lot of our patients are unable to afford proper food, so they'll try and take the tablets on an empty stomach. They're not able to, and then because they feel so sick, they won't take their treatment and they default their antiretroviral therapy.
My name is Monica. I stay in Marcus Garver in Philippi. I got 3 kids. I look after other kids because they haven't got parents. It's difficult sometimes.
When I came to Cape Town, I couldn't understand why people can live in such places. It used to be like a place where the pigs live.
Seven people in the house, and there's 1 bedroom.
I live with my sister because I'm not working. There's no transport, it's far away.
It's very difficult when it comes to go to the taxis. Some people, some days, they don't want to give away to a blind person.
Most of my family members, they are actually alcohol abusers. They're not doing the responsibility of parents.
A home where income is very low, and as a result, there's a survival ethic in the family.
A family network which doesn't enable them to flourish, basically, and to reach their full potential.
There were nights I came out of work and then there was no electricity. The place was dark all over. But siblings are hungry.
Poverty does cause crime in our areas because, I mean, if you're not working and there's no way you get income, you definitely go and commit crime so that you can bring in income.
At the church they steal everything. There's no roof there, nothing there.
My name is Danny. I had the marital problems. The stress that I had, and that affected my job. I lost my job because I could not perform well.
I want to work to help my kids.
My mom wasn't working for quite a while.
I could not find myself a job.
There are some boys who actually work.
So I had to go work, and every penny I get, I bring home to my mom, and she provides, but still she buys alcohol.
Sometimes there is no food.
The money that I came with got finished.
They are crying for me, so I don't have nothing to give them.
And then, you know, if you don't pay the rent, you get chucked out of your place. I would use like plastic for blankets or cardboards. Sometimes you get woken up in the morning by the securities, and then you know tomorrow you don't have to sleep there. You can look for a job, go to the library, look in the papers, and then find it. You go there, but you are not looking okay. Your clothes are torn, and then you are not looking good at all, you see. Because basically on the street, you don't have the luxury to change clothes every day. Even if they want you, they look at your CV. They don't know where to contact you because you don't have a phone number, you don't have a physical address. It did not discourage me to be out there. I hang on until the last moment.
I know that God will make a change in my life.
There is hope for me today. There's still hope for me.
The person I am right now and the person that I'm still going to become gives me hope.
I want to be a social worker.
I want to be a fireman.
My hope is that they get exposed to the reality of a life which actually is not part of what Sweet Home Farm defines. You know, your destiny is not here, your destiny is whatever you want, you know, whatever you hope for.